Welcome back, Focus Learners, to another edition of The Explainer. Today, we're going to completely dismantle everything society has ever taught us about the concept of failure. We're looking at it through the profound, incredibly grounded philosophy of legendary actor Denzel Washington. Through his words, we're going to map out exactly why taking risks isn't just some cheesy motivational cliche, it's literally a necessary formula for a fulfilled life. So grab your notebooks, because this explainer is going to challenge the way you view every single setback you've ever had.
Okay, let's dive into this. There is no passion to be found playing small. This incredibly powerful quote from Nelson Mandela anchors Denzel's entire philosophy. It hooks us right away, doesn't it? Because it frames everything around one specific danger, the absolute danger of living a safe but completely unfulfilled life. You know, society loves to push us towards safety, but nothing in life is worthwhile unless you actually take risks. Playing it safe? That's really just settling for less than what you're truly capable of living.
Section 1. The concept of falling forward. Let's challenge some tradition.
We need to start by fundamentally challenging the traditional advice given to, well, anyone standing at a crossroads. Think about your own life, applying to schools, picking a major, trying for a promotion. People always tell you, hey, make sure you have something to fall back on, right? It's like we have this total obsession with safety nets. But Denzel points out he never understood the fallback concept. His logic is just brilliantly simple. If you're inevitably gonna fall, and you are, you shouldn't want to fall backwards into safety. You should want to fall forward. Why? Because that way you at least get to see what you're going to hit. You learn, you observe, and you actually keep your momentum going even when you're failing. Now, what's really interesting about this is the actual mechanics of risk. You might remember this classic old IQ test. There are 9 dots on a page, and you have to connect all of them using just 5 straight lines without lifting your pencil. Well, the only way to physically solve it is to draw your lines past the boundaries of the dots. You literally have to go outside the box. It's the exact same thing in life. To dream big, you have to take chances and be completely unafraid to fail big. But always remember, consistency is how you finish, and passion is how you do it.
Section 2. Reframing famous failures. The math of success.
Let's completely reframe how we look at famous failures by looking at the hard, mathematical reality of success. 2,600. Do you have any idea what this number represents? It's actually the staggering number of times the great Reggie Jackson struck out in his career. The absolute most in the history of baseball. But here is the incredible thing. You don't hear about the strikeouts, do you? People only remember the home runs. He literally had to fail 2,600 times at the plate to become a legend. He fell forward.
Let's look at another crazy number to keep this momentum going. 1,000. This represents Thomas Edison's failed experiments while trying to invent the light bulb. 1,000 failures. But he didn't stop, because it was the 1,001st attempt that finally resulted in the light bulb. Every single failed experiment was just one step closer to success.
But here's the catch. Dreams without goals are just dreams. You absolutely must have goals to guide you through all those failures. And as part of that journey, you just have to accept a really hard truth. You are inevitably going to lose at some point. You're going to embarrass yourself. Honestly, you're going to flat out suck at something. There is no doubt about it. Embrace it, because it's completely inevitable.
Section 3. Personal failures. Let's look at Denzel's own journey.
To ground these high-level concepts in reality, let's look at Denzel Washington's own vulnerable story. So he starts out at Fordham University as a pre-med student, right? But he fails a course called cardiac morphogenesis so badly he couldn't even pronounce it. So he pivots to pre-law. Then he jumps to journalism. With zero focus, by age 20, he hits a 1.8 GPA and is politely asked by the university to, well, take some time off. He was at his absolute lowest point. But then, on March 27, 1975, while helping out in his mother's beauty shop in Mount Vernon, a town elder stared at him from under a hairdryer and delivered a prophecy. She told this failing 20-year-old dropout that he was going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. No way, right?
And the journey of falling forward just continued. Early in his career, he auditioned for a Broadway musical at the Court Theater. It was the perfect role, except for one minor detail. He couldn't sing at all. Obviously failed the audition, but he didn't quit, and he definitely didn't fall back. He walked out and prepared relentlessly for the next one. You know that old saying they have in the barbershop? You hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut? Well, he kept at it. And 30 years later, he caught a massive break doing the play Fences on Broadway. The kicker? It was performed at the exact same Court Theater where he had failed 3 decades prior.
So, the crucial point is, it all boils down to one undeniable truth.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. Every single person tuning into this explainer has the training and the talent to succeed. But the real question you got to ask yourself is, do you have the guts to fail? To get something you've never had, you literally have to do something you've never done. You have to risk failure.
Section 4. Ghosts of Unfulfilled Potential. The Ultimate Stakes. We're raising the stakes here, moving away from just personal career success to the ultimate concept of life fulfillment. I want you to imagine, for a second, that you're on your deathbed, and standing around your bed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. These are the ghosts of the ideas you never acted on, the ghosts of the talents you just didn't use. And they're standing around your bed angry, disappointed, and upset. They look at you and say, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life, and now we have to go to the grave together." How many ghosts are going to be around your bed? Just let that gravity sink in for a moment. If you constantly fall back, if you always play it safe, those ghosts just multiply. Taking a risk is the only way to bring those talents and ideas to life before it is simply too late. Section 5. Using your unique gifts. It's time to look outward. Let's move to and see how this builds, because this is where we transition from the internal stakes of our own deathbed to the external responsibility we owe the world. And guys, the world desperately needs help. From the terrible poverty in parts of Africa to crises in the Middle East and Japan, right down to our local communities in Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, and Philadelphia. The world needs a lot, and honestly, it needs it from you, the focused learners, the young people, the next generation. You have to get out there and give it absolutely everything you've got.
See, taking risks isn't just about getting some high-paying job. It's about what you do with whatever unique gift you happen to possess. I'm not just talking about money here. Some of you might be business majors, or theologians, nurses, sociologists. But your real gift might be your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. Some of you possess the incredible gift of patience, of kindness, of love, or the ability to endure long suffering. Whatever your specific gift is, the ultimate question remains, what are you going to do with what you have?
And that brings us to our conclusion. Taking a risk is about knowing what you know and knowing what you don't know. It's about being totally open to people and ideas. The chances you take, the people you meet and love, and the faith you have, that is the whole shebang. That's what's going to ultimately define you. So as you finish up this explainer today, never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give absolutely everything you have to your unique gifts. And when you inevitably fall throughout your life, make sure you fall forward. Thanks so much for learning with me today. I'm going to leave you with this. What is the one risk you're going to take tomorrow to ensure no ghosts are waiting by your bed?